friends, welcome back to my channel. Guess what happened this morning? I broke my tripod. Since I broke my tripod this morning, I don't even know how this happened. This is, if you don't know what this is the top part. The camera sits on here and this is where you like rotate it and stuff. I don't know. So since we had to deal with that this morning, you guys are now sitting on 3 boxes. I had to make things happen pretty quickly. So this wasn't my normal setup. I wanted to actually like have a nice setup, but I couldn't really do it because of the tripod. So now I have to go get a new tripod. So we're kind of old schooling it today with like the whole sitting here at the vanity thing. Also today I did my eyebrows off screen. I did use the Anastasia pomade today. Pomade. And let me just tell you, I haven't used it in a year and it was very difficult to do because I've been using pencils for the last year and it's just, I don't know, I might have went a little heavy-handed. Okay, so let's get started with the makeup tutorial. So as I said, I already went ahead and did my eyebrows because I wanted to get that out of the way with. I didn't want to do it later. And I really wanted bold structure brows today and I knew that I could not do that later when I have like the rest of my face done because I just tend to be like all over my face when I'm doing my brows. Today we are playing with this palette right here. Can you see? 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 We are playing with the Yes Please Color Pop palette. The front says cute AF. So cute. And this is what the palette looks like on the inside. Oh my god, I love it so much. So here's the thing, I've been wanting to play with yellow eyeshadow for the last 2 to 3 weeks, but I realized I didn't have a palette with a nice yellow eyeshadow in it, so I went and bought this one from ColourPop, and it is so pretty. And the reason I bought this was because you guys recommended it to me on Twitter. It was between this one that I was gonna use today or the new Maybelline Lemonade, but I chose this one because I've just been wanting to use this for a while. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with MAC Soft Ochre paint pot and we're gonna use this to prime our eyelids. I like to use my fingers because it really warms up the product and makes it easier to blend in the skin. I also like to set the paint pot real quick with a pressed powder. I'm just using my Maybelline Better Skin Superstay, the one that I religiously use, and you guys are probably so tired of me talking about it. So first I'm gonna take that corner eyeshadow and I'm gonna work that all over the lid. Bring it up to the brow bone, like directly under it. These shadows are so soft and really easy to blend out. I'm doing this first because it's gonna give the eyes a really kind of clean look before I go in with all the other shadows. It just makes everything look more clean on the base. Now I'm gonna go in with the yellow, which I'm so excited about. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that on the same brush, and I'm going to blend this nicely, kind of up towards my my brow bone. And I'm using a really light hand, you guys. I'm not going too hard. And I'm taking a little bit of product on my brush because I want to build instead of going in with too much product. Because to be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. You're barely letting the tip of this fluffy brush touch your skin and you're like working in circular motions like so. Like everywhere I go, I just do miniature circular motions. And this yellow is really pretty. It's not too overwhelming where it's like super scary, which is why I like it. It's like why I like it. It's like a muted yellow. So I took it pretty high. I took it all the way to the brow bone. So we basically brought the eyeshadow all the way up to our brows very lightly with this nice yellow. I'm gonna go in with the second color next to the first one we use, and I'm going to start that on my crease area. Just gonna add some color into the yellow. So you basically want to follow your crease line. My eyes are just so different from probably the normal eyes that you guys see in makeup tutorials. It's a little bit harder for me to do eyeshadow, and both of my eyes are a little bit different too. But it's where your eyelid creases right here, so mine would be this line right here, and that's where I'm going to put that shadow. And again, with a very light hand, I'm just packing it into that area. So you want to leave a little bit of yellow peeking on top as well. And whenever I do my eyeshadow, I always like to build the color rather than going in too harsh. So as you guys can see, right now I'm building that color onto the crease. I'm going to take the same brush and take this chestnut brown color, a little bit of that, and I'm gonna put it right under where I put my last color so it's still peeking through a little. This is gonna deepen up that previous color you put on the crease. This is so pretty. I can still see the yellow peeking through, and that's exactly what I wanted. Something very settled. Okay, you guys, now for the fun part, which literally could kill this look if I mess it up. This is the Morphe Brushes gel liner in the color Jet. It was the darkest black one. I'm just gonna take an angled brush and I'm going to do a winged liner, and then after the gel I'm gonna go over it with a black eyeshadow, and then I'm gonna go over it with a black liquid liner. And that is how I like to keep my wing liner on all day. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't go anywhere, because I literally have 3 layers for my wing liner. But so far I really like the color of this look. This part you can do it kind of messy because again we're gonna go in with 2 more layers. So this one I'm basically just drawing out the base of the wing. Okay, I had to go off screen a little bit so I could be really up close to my mirror because it was so hard to do it. I really enjoy this Morphe liner. It's really smooth, so it glides really nicely with your brush. I'm gonna take a black eyeshadow right now, and I'm gonna use the black one from this Naked's palette from Urban Decay. And we're basically going to go over the gel liner that we just did. You just wanna dab it on top of the gel liner. And this is going to lock everything in. Just take a makeup wipe and wipe all the black away. Now I'm gonna go in with my liquid liner. This is the e.l.f. Cosmetics liquid liner, and we're basically gonna go over top of everything, but we're also gonna clean out the edges of the liner. Like this one, I have a little bump right there. So this is basically gonna act as like our top coat, as if you were like painting your nails. It's going to make sure that everything stays in place. I know that these steps are like, Kim, why do you need 3 steps to make your liner? But I swear to you, your liner does not move throughout the day. Let's put on some mascara. And for my lashes, I'm gonna go in with Makeup Shack Bad Gal. They're really nice and fluffy. I already cut these down to my eye shape, but they're so fluffy and nice, and they're gonna be perfect for this look. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a moisturizer. My face is very dry right now, so I need all the hydration I can get. I'm using the Cetaphil moisturizing cream. Such a good product. I'm also going to try this Kiehl's Micro Blur Skin Perfector. It apparently blurs out your pores. So I'm going to put a little bit right here where I have the most pores. I think I put a little bit too much on my fingers. It did kind of smooth everything out. And then for one more layer of hydration, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Cosmetics Hydra Touch Primer. This one is so good if you have dry skin. I mentioned it in my foundation video. If you have dry skin, this is such a good product. And then I'm gonna spray my face with the Milani Cosmetics Make It Last Setting Spray. And for foundation today, we're gonna go in with the Milani Cosmetics Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I just bought this at Target and I chose the color 02 Natural. I'm usually I'm usually this one. I'm usually 02 Creamy Vanilla, but I wanted to try this, but I'll keep this on my table just in case this doesn't work out. The reason that I go so light in their very, very limited color range is because the foundation oxidizes. So just keep that in mind when you're buying your shade. And this one is stuck to the cap, so I'm just gonna have to do it like this. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and dab this in. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the color Light Neutral. I like to do one side at a time, so it's easier for me to blend because I feel like when it sits on my skin for too long, it's really hard for me to blend this out. And to set all of that into place, I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier loose powder. But first you wanna go in with your beauty blender and dab out all of the fine lines that your concealer could have created. And I like to push it into my skin. I'm trying 2 new powders today. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder in Buff Beige, and then this is Classic Ivory. I have to mix the two because I just couldn't find my correct shade. And I'm going to use a big powder brush and basically set the rest of my face. This look is extremely full coverage, you guys. So if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, that was really a nice combination. This powder is really nice. It feels really nice on the skin, but I would have to use it a few more times because, you know, ain't nothing beats my Maybelline. But so far it looks really nice. To bronze today, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in Rosewood. If you feel like you want it to be a little bit more defined, just take your loose powder and we are going to bake the bottom half of our skin. The bottom half of our face. I think I said skin earlier. For blush today, I'm gonna go in with this Morphe Blush Trio in the color Papa Poppy. Pretty, right? Super pretty. I have not used this, so I don't really know how well formula is, but I really gravitated towards this middle shade right here. So I'm gonna mix these two, Risky and Provocative, together. And to highlight, I'm gonna go in with MAC Cosmetics Whisper of Guilt, and we are going to just glaze our whole face. Now for our lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with this Tarte black liner, and I'm going to line my bottom waterline. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here that we popped on our crease and blend that into our lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take the darkest brown right here and do the same thing. And then for the inner corners, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And we're going to brighten up that inner corner. Ooh, what if we did this? Okay, I think I found one. Match X ColourPop, the Ultra Matte Lip in Moi. Okay friends, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it. I hope that you love the way this look turned out. One of my favorite parts has to be my eyeshadow. Here, let me come a little bit closer and show you guys. I just love the way that the eyes turned out. I've never brought a color up to my brow bone before. I never do a color on my lower lash line. You guys know that. And I'm really happy that we decided to do a pop color on our lips instead of the typical mauve that would usually go with this look. I just love the way this whole look turned out, and I feel like I kind of jumped out of my comfort zone just a little bit. But yeah, comment down below and let me know what your favorite part of this look is. I just love hearing from you guys in the comments, and I love how positive you guys are down there. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in the next one. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, my loves.